Hello everyone, Narelle Walk On here. Thank you for joining me today. I am from Queensland, Australia, and I want to welcome you if you are watching this today on live, or whether you're coming or finding this video on YouTube. Thank you and welcome. I really want to come today with a few different looks at carnivore. There are many people out there who are curious, but they don't think that they could do this way of eating. And I suppose for me, over the years, I've looked into, hey, can I do this? Can I do that? I've tried different types of diets along my journey. And, I found that there was ones that were very restrictive. Whether it's just a certain type of fruit for each day or certain shakes, that sort of thing, which I sort of find restrictive for me. Now, you might be different. You might find that you've tried these certain things, you lost a little bit of weight, and then you started putting it back on because you went back to what you used to eat. Now, I do a lot of research. I read a lot of stuff, particularly about carnivore, particularly about this way of eating, particularly Carnivore, because some people are curious because they want to know a little bit more, curious because those medications that they've been given by doctors are not working. And if you're taking things like, say, medication for blood pressure, medication for your diabetes, medication for lowering your cholesterol, which is one of the worst things you can take, and you can ask me about that, but because I've had open heart surgery and I'm also a type 2 diabetic. So it is important, I think, when we get older to start querying why something isn't working. If these things were working, then we certainly wouldn't have to continuously take them for the rest of our lives. I think it's a false sort of hope that when people go to the doctors and they say, oh, you're pre-diabetic, you need to do this, this, and this, that they need to start questioning things, particularly about their health. This is your life, one life, remember? So it is up to you to have a look at that research and not just go by what one doctor says. Now, just taking that over, that remember, many diagnoses come through sometimes where the doctor is wrong. And that could be the same way for you with your diagnosis. Sometimes I see many elderly people on a cocktail of many drugs, which I'm sure they don't know or they don't question about whether these things actually go together. Now, what I'm finding, and I have to be proud of myself because I'm now at 157 days, which is just over 5 months that I've been doing this way of eating. Now, I haven't been strict. What they call a lion diet in carnivore is just meat, water, and salt. I feel as a woman, I find that I need a little bit more variety, whether it's because what I grew up with, having different types of meals available, having the choices, I suppose. And as a woman, coming from an emotional state sometimes, because we always put food to our emotions. So if we're happy, we're sad, we're angry, we're having a bad day, whatever, we tend to eat something because it's comfort food. Now, I've sort of gone through those processes and those emotions along my journey. I have a couple of little inspirational quotes that I'd like to share with you, because I think it's important that what we look at when we're starting this, whether we've been into it a little while, whether we've been into it a long while, but being curious is obviously the first step to looking at this way of eating, and it has done so much for me. So the first one is small steps lead to big changes. Trust the process even when it feels unfamiliar. Now, trust the process. So if you make this choice, you're coming into carnivore, you've decided to give it a go. My first suggestion is have a look at Carnivore, because that's a good starting point. Do your research. There's some fantastic doctors out there, carnivore doctors, Dr. Chafee, Dr. Berry. There's so many. If you just put carnivore doctors into YouTube, you will come up with a very, very good list of those that I just mentioned and more. There's Steak and Butter Girl, I think her name is called, and my new or fairly new Facebook group is called Carnivore Aussie Style. So sometimes it's good to relate to people in your own country. Some of these doctors are coming in from America, and not that they're not unreliable or unrelatable. One of the things is that their information covers everybody, but it's nice to hear from Australians, and there are many groups that you can find, but please pop over and have a look at my Carnivore Aussie Style. I'll just go there quickly, and then I'll come back to some more inspirational quotes. So if I just pop over to my Aussie Style, there we go. So Carnivore Aussie Style, you'll see this as my banner, and then you can go to scroll down. I've got a little bit of information there. I try and put up, as much as I can when I can. I am busy. I'm a published author, and I also have another YouTube channel, Who, What, Where Wednesdays, where I shine the light on other people. So, but I want to shine the light on you too, because this journey is important. It's important for your health. Now, this that I put up last week is a fantastic, yes, it's long, but honestly, take the time to have a read, to have a listen. A lot of the stuff that we've been told over the years, and which we just hand down generation to generation, is that, certain things or certain food groups or, the food pyramid is the way that we should be eating. There is a lot of people, a lot of doctors, a lot of nutritionists that share their information about this in this video. So Ian Gundrill, thank you. You're one of my people that I have interviewed. Ian's video is on here as well, Carnivore Diet for Beginners. There's so many things, some of the food that I cook and eat, and I am just loving it. This was chaffle. I went and bought a cheap waffle maker from Kmart and made my own, what they call chaffle. So it was a bit of chicken, cheese, egg, put into the machine, and made like a bread type food, so that I could put together a bacon and egg burger. It was absolutely beautiful. And yes, that white stuff is just sour cream, some sour cream, and you can use lots of butter because butter is a good fat. I'm a dairy farmer's daughter, so I was raised on whole milk, fresh butter, which Mum made herself, and the fresh cream off the top of that milk. And I tell you what, it was divine. So there's some steaks that I cook up and things like that. So there's lots of stuff that you can read about. This one here is a good one because it does let you know the carnivore, what you can start with. And it's cutting down on those high carbs, high sugars, white rice, white flours. They're all the things that you should be cutting out or reducing in your diet to begin something and begin this way of eating. I went cold turkey because I'd had enough of my type 2 diabetes. I'd had enough of giving myself insulin. So have a look at this on my page. So remember, go to Carnivore Aussie Style and you'll see my picture there. So back over to us here. And thank you for liking that. If you could, go over and follow me there. I certainly will be bringing you in the near future some interviews from people here in Australia that have been on the carnivore or started this way of eating and want to share some of their journey with you. Now, just back over to my inspirational quotes. So the next one is that I found these really important because you have to remember that carnivore or this way of eating is fairly new to Australia, and there's a lot of people out there that there's some support, but I think if you can be your greatest support, that's going to do you good in the end. So when challenges arise, which they do, remember why you started and keep moving forward. So we all have challenges in life. We all have things that happen in our life that we don't see or foresee coming. So one of the things that I think is really important, that if something happens, you fall off the bandwagon, you fall off this way of eating. look, honestly, at this stage, I want to say to you, this is a lifestyle change for me. It isn't just a diet. Lifestyle change means that I will be like this, eat like this for the rest of my life, and that's my choice. You may not want to do that. You might want to find, and as the doctors will tell you, 90 days is a good time to be able to um, find out if this is going to change things in you. A lot of problems have immune problems. Like I said, type 2 diabetes or pre-diabetic. Some people have problems with, their cholesterol, their heart, their head, their brain, dementia. There's so many things, but honestly, you need to be responsible for where you're at in your life. Now, the next one is your journey to wellness is unique. Stay committed to yourself and let the results speak. So again, 90 days gives you a great time to be able to come on, to be able to start, to be able to adjust, because it is a bit of an adjustment. When you've just been eating whatever you like, whenever you like, then this is an adjustment. It's an adjustment both physically and mentally, because now you're eating steak, you're eating butter, you're eating bacon and eggs, and mostly high-fat meats, where you used to go to the deli or the butcher and say, cut all the meat off, cut all the fat off, I don't want to eat all of that. But it's actually good fat. And when you start to research, you'll find that there is a difference. Butter is from a cow. It is real. I don't have milk, and milk is not suggested, but cream is. So I have cream in my coffee. I also love butter, and I've turned to buying a better quality butter, so that when I feel maybe a little craving or stuff like that, I just go and slice off a piece of butter, and it's absolutely beautiful, particularly the better qualities. And I do buy organic. So that does make a difference. So okay, so the next one is transformation begins when you honor your body with what it needs, not what it craves. Now, all of our life, we go through this. And again, I'm going to bring it back to different health issues as you get older. We've eaten what we wanted, when we wanted. We were told that vegetables, fruits, eat as much as you can. Have all of this rice because it goes a lot further. I'm a mum of 3, so my children are all grown up now, all adults, but we raised them on fruit and vegetables. We raised them on rice. We raised them on pasta. Excuse me. But that's where I started to question, yes, they were still having good, healthy meals and things like that. I'm not saying that children should necessarily be put on carnivore. However, you've got to look at a higher protein, higher fat ratio, and start to wean some of those high starch, high carbs, and, white sugars, white flours, all of that type of thing out of their diets. And you will find that they will change to be better children, to be better adults, because their diet is better. Their body's not processing all of this crap, which is just processed foods. And please stop buying McDonald's. A lot of those takeaway foods are just packed full of crap, particularly their chips. Go and have a look at some of the videos where people have kept chips for 2 years and they still look the same. Anyway, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm here to share my story so that you may take a look, you may become curious or more curious, and have a look at those changes where you can start to do something better in your life for your health. So in every change lies an opportunity. This is the beginning of a healthier, stronger you. And that's, I think, at the end of the day, what we're all looking for as we go into that older age. We're looking for something that really sort of stays with us, I suppose, where we can change, where we don't have to take all these medications all the time, where we're looking at what we can do for not just us, whether you have a partner, whether you have adult children, or even your grandchildren. Question everything that gets packaged to you, it gets sold to you. They pay millions and millions of dollars for advertising, and they make it snazzy, jazzy, when you just want to go out and buy that thing. So make sure that you read, if you're reading any of the ingredients on packets or boxes or anything like that, anything that has a number basically is bad for you. If it says sugar, I forget what it's called, palm sugar, it's not good. So start to get curious, start to think about, what is it that I can do for myself? What problems do you have? What are you going through? Is this really healing anything that you're on? If you've been on those medications for years, then it's time to say, hey, I'm going to try something different for myself. I wish you a long, healthy, and wonderful life. Please reach out to me at any time if you would like to share your story, and we can grow together. We can do this together. We can support each other. Remember, my name is Narelle Walk-On, and I'm from Carnivore Aussie Style, and I look forward to meeting you real soon. Thank you, and God bless you.